Hey there, Boots Owen here. I've got this outdoor water butt, which maybe you can see here, had a load of holes drilled in it before I got it, and I mended it, and it's about half full of water. It's about full to there right now. I mended it, I made videos of it, and I've also mended another one in the shed. Everybody, I'll go in and show you the other one first. Everybody who had something to say, and there was quite a few of them on a video about mending a rain barrel. I really don't know why. Everybody said, oh, that won't work, that won't work. This one was in service for 3 years, and after 3 years of extended life of a rain barrel, all those people were right. So let's have a look inside it. I'm trying to take off the tap, but you can see just down by the tap there is a little, in the center of the image, if I wiggle it around a bit maybe, there is a pinhole of light. Just, I can't show you, there's my finger, just down there. If I turn the flash on, you won't be able to see it at all. So this barrel has been holding water but weeping for over a year, maybe a year, yeah, about a year. And the round to it finally came, and here we are. It's in the shed, and I've got to, it's not easy to get in there, but it's possible. And I can kind of get onto it with my hand. I've got the tap in a vise, and that's a homemade chopped off bath tap. So you chop off, I'll show you that in a bit. I have to get the thing off it to do the repair again. There's a bit of tape down there, but the crack has propagated, and you'll see all that in a minute. Let's try and get that off. You can have a good laugh at me here. It wasn't actually as bad. I was like one of those cats with their head stuck in a tin can in the previous video. I had to climb right down into it the last time, and it was maybe funnier is the word. So we've got a patch there, they're fine, and there's a little patch on there, but the crack is propagated out around. If I up and show you that, the crack is propagated, and it just needs more tape on the inside. So it needs a clean. Then it needs to be dried out, then it needs the heat gun on it, and I just need to mold a bit of this black sticky bituminous roofing repair tape. I'm going to try and get that one out, but it's a bit of a nightmare to get into these silly things. I'll try and do it anyways. So that's got some of it off. It's like a piece of tin foil with bitumen on the back, and that just came straight off, so it didn't have a great bond. So throw that in the bin. Anything that makes your arm a bit longer is a godsend. Right, we're going in again. I can hear you. You're there wondering, like, can you get in with me? So what I've been doing is reaching in and getting my head in. I can't do this now with 2 arms. I probably can, but how can I video it with only 1 arm? Put that there and then just kind of white ball around. I'm like reaching down. We'll see the crack now. That looks pretty obvious. I'll turn off. Well, I'll leave the flash on for now, and maybe you can see. Zoom in a bit. Maybe you can see it. I'll turn off the flash, and it's, yeah, you can see it there just to the right below the hole. So I need to get a bit of tape on that. You don't have to put it on the inside, but it makes a lot more sense to me to put it on the inside. So I'm going to let that, I'll bring it out to the sun, leave that side up and dry it out for a bit, and then I'll get the heat gun on it. There, you can see it. You can see it pretty plain there. If I sound like I'm talking to you from the bottom of a barrel, that's because my head's in again. I just have to wrap it up. I could drill a little hole at the end of the crack. That might stop it propagating as well, so I might do that too. And that's the outside of it there. So the crack has run. I think it was leaking from here. The crack's run up a bit. So if I can get a hole there and a hole round about there, it'll stop the crack propagating. Cracks like to run off in whatever distance they are, because the stress gets infinite at the tip of the crack in terms of material science. So I can't, I won't be able to hold it in there. You could stitch it with a cable tie if you wanted, but you're only making trouble for yourself. Like I said, this has been like this with a small crack for 3 years. You think I'm drilling holes and it's going to make it worse, but it's not. It's going to relieve the stress in that crack. So we'll let it sit in the sun, warm up and dry out, and then we'll get some tape on it. So I've put a bit of heat on that. I need to put a bit of heat. I'm going to use the smaller of the two pieces that I pulled out of the shed, just because they have a kind of a film on the back, and you need to get that, like, that's kind of gone a bit hard actually. You wanted the film to be touching most of it, so maybe I'll use a bit of cut out of this. I don't know. Yeah, that piece there looks better. There's no point in wasting my time. I'll cut a piece out of that and use... it's impossible to show you what I'm doing, but I'm going to stick a piece into it. I've heated this up with the gun, and it's a bit more supple, a bit more flexible. It's bending in my hand and it's clean. I've got to get in there somehow. I'm going to bring a light in with me, I think. Maybe I don't need one. It's not easy at all. So when I say it's not easy, I mean it's not easy to show you from outside. But that's what I've done, and it needs heating and rolling into position now, because I need it to stick and bond. And something like the handle of a screwdriver or that. So I'm going to put this up on the bench and then heat it and mold it, and you're going to struggle to see it, but you'll have to use your imagination. Just something like that, a piece of smooth plastic, and just grind it in while heating it with the gun. So this is what I'm doing, but I'm going to have to climb in 2 arms to do it with the stick now in a second. So just pointing the heat gun at it, really. I don't think you can really do too much. You could probably burn a hole in it, but that'd be pretty foolish. So I actually found it was as easy to do with my fingers, but I've put a load more heat onto it now, and you can see the black should squidge out now because it's melted. I got it into position first, you saw that, and then you can't see what I'm doing because I'm trying to look at what I'm doing and not the camera. I got it into position just with its own stickiness, and then used the heat gun to get it nice and tacky, and then just pressed it into place with my finger, and now I'm just going over it with the gun with the screwdriver handle, so you can get a lot more pressure onto it, and it's conformed nicely to the shape of the plastic barrel. Now I need to cut that out, so I need to just massage that gently into the divot of the hole, and press it all around again. This is one of those jobs where you want a new blade because you don't really want to be tearing it, you just want to cut it. You need to paint inside the lines here, because if you don't, what's going to happen? You're going to rip the plastic. There we go, and there's a bit of a plastic burr there. I'll just peel that off by hand. Trim that one off. I've got a rubber washer to go on both sides. I've lost the tap. I've put it down somewhere. I can't see it. Oh, there it is. So before I put it back together, I'll show you that. It's a tap, bath tap, with the end just cut off. It should have a spout that drips down that way where my finger is, but you just cut it off with a hacksaw. And it's got a rubber washer on it, which has perished, but it hasn't perished the whole way. And then this is a zinc washer, which came off really easy, so I'm going to use it again, and another washer for the inside. So I'll put that on, and we'll see if you can have a laugh at me now. That's gone in nicely. I don't really want to disturb it. I'm going to get the heat gun back on it. I'll put the washer and the nut back on from inside. Yeah, there's the video. That's it. Oh, we're out again. Hopefully I got that on camera. I don't know if I did. And inside, that's how it looks. I'll press it all around with my fingers and then fill it with I don't even think I need to. I think I could just fill it with water now and it should hold. So we'll test that. So I have them installed again. This device here diverts rainwater. There's a little weir in there and it goes in there. And if the barrel is full, more full than the pipe, it comes back out again and just uses the gutter as usual, or the downpipe, to get the water into the shore down there. That's how it's attached. And then I have another barrel as a piggyback, and I just have a little nut, basically, or a little union going through, and it's just a tank connector, but I've put a rubber washer between the two barrels, and the way the lips on the edges. The ridges on them sit, one sits above the other, and they do make a tight seal, which is fine for me. So this one's been filling up with rainwater. It was on this side, on the left, until recently. This one was over here till recently. It wasn't leaking, so I've moved it back again. It's half full. You can move them half full if you slide them gently. I've got them up on a bed of wood, up off the ground, so you can get a bucket or a watering can under them. And this water tap, that tap fills from a rainwater tank. So I have 2,000 litres in here in the bike shed of rainwater. So I'll fill that up to about halfway or so. I could fill it full actually, it doesn't really matter. I'll fill that up anyways and we'll check for leaks down here. Should just check that I've closed the tap, that's a good idea. You can see the bitumen there kind of pushing out the tarry substance. I need to shove that barrel in, it's not sitting flat yet. I need to give it a bit of a shove. So, you solve one problem and you start another. This one looks completely, I would say perfect, but adequate. But there's a dripping coming from under here. And if you look, it's coming from under that side of the barrel. So I don't know if the agitation and being in the dry for a while has upset one of the other holes, or if there's a new crack or something else. You can see me there, you can't see through the water. Oh, you can. Over there, somewhere over there, there's another leak. So I'll bail this water into the other bucket. Unless it's stopped. No, it's coming out. So you solve one problem and you do it again, but that's the nature of it. And going back to the comments that we talked about earlier on, some people have no interest in doing this. That's cool. Go out and buy a new barrel. But if you're not interested in buying a new barrel, this does take care of it, even if you're chasing your tail. So I've got it back out again and it's fairly obvious. I turned it straight over. It's fairly obvious where that other leak's coming from. So I'll do that one again. And there's a tiny drip there on that other crack. So I'll do that one again too. Just do it again. I don't know why there's a drip there. I don't really want to know. I'll take off those two patches. You've seen me do it and I'll put it back together again. That's life. So back inside again. Here's the one that was on the side that was leaking. And the crack runs up the side. I've drilled holes in it since, but I want to show you inside because it's obvious once you're inside what's going on. I've peeled off the sticker because I thought it might be bad, but the crack has run up above the line of the tape. So the tape was fine, it did the job, but the crack changed. So the holes should hopefully stop that. I've put 3 holes in that one as well, and I'll put a bigger patch over them and it'll all be okay. 3 years, that was the lifespan of these things. Drill the holes, it'll probably be forever. Thanks for watching. Here we go, we'll get there in the end. See you later.